Hello, everyone. Um, Today is just going to be a quick, short video on how well Call of Duty runs on the Asus Ally X running Windows on it. So let's get to it. Call of Duty. So just before we start, I'm going to show you the settings. So 1080p external. I'm going to change this down to 900p. So we're at 900p now. And I'm going to start off in the 17 watt preset, which is kind of the default. And we will go from there and see how it goes. Load up Call of Duty. Okay, we're in. I'm going to go to settings really quickly to show you where we're starting off. So I'll start off at 900p. Basically, I'll change it to just default 900p. Upscaling off. And because I have given it 8 GB of VRAM, it's going to be texture resolution high and anastrophic ultra. And I run details at high. Everything else is the lowest or off. Particle resolution, I have it at normal. So that's the set. You know what? We'll just go all low, bare minimum. Right? Except I'm gonna change this to 900p. We'll see how this.
Hardpoint. Secure the objective.
So we're getting about 60 to 70 frames per second. No upscaling, no nothing. We're running 17 watt TDP on the Asus Ally. Now, granted, it looks a little funny for you guys, but it's pretty smooth on my end. That's because I'm recording at a 30 frames per second capture card.
Contesting hardpoint. The field took the hardpoint. Damn it, lost the lead.
Got me.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
So we're getting high 60s and low 70s. Is hovering between. Basically, it's hovering around high 60s and 70, even under chaotic situations. What it seems like, with dips going down to like 55. Now I'm gonna simply crank the TDP up to 30 watts. And well, now you see that it's high 70s, low 80s, right? So this is a pretty good.
Hardpoint identified.
I didn't see him.
Got the hardpoint. Contesting hardpoint. The guild took the hardpoint. Hostile UAV established above.
Now, while it's like this, I'm going to turn on frame gen. I don't like it, but if someone wants to see it, I'll turn frame gen on.
There's a watchdog helo headed your way.
So we're now seeing 90. Doesn't seem that much more, if I'm being honest.
Hardpoint contested.
Wow. Talk about dying 3 times in a row. What was that car mod going on?
Hardpoint identified. Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
So, the frame gen kind of adds some jellowiness to it. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Hardpoint active.
On, and I'm gonna turn this down to 720p. We'll have it set to 120. Upscaler. This. So now you can see you can get close to that 90 that we were getting with frame gen without frame gen. So this is basically the settings I play at. I also this is basically how I play.
Contesting hardpoint.
So get about
Got the hardpoint.
ooh, those hitches are not normal.
Hardpoint contested.
Constant basically 80 when you're at full throttle, and then in this situation if I crank the TDP down,
Locked down. Contesting hardpoint.
this is how I play on battery.
Field took the hardpoint.
You get a kind of a 60-ish console experience. This is how I typically play when I'm on the go on battery.
Hardpoint active. Got the
Whoa,
hardpoint.
whoa.
Contesting hardpoint. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Skewer incoming. Hostile UAV established above.
So detail seems to affect it.
Hardpoint contested.
Oh, that's ours.
Contesting hardpoint.
And then we can test at 1080p. So 1080p. I have to change it from here.
Scrub and burn.
Oh, we lost the game. So you can instantly see that it looks a lot sharper when you go to 1080p. But your frame rate kind of suffers. Now let's check something. So it's at 800p. We're gonna set it to native. Yeah, so you're getting like 45 frames per second at native 1080p. This kind of sucks. Like I can barely. So now if we go in here
Lead's ours. Stay
and
on
we
task.
turn on dynamic resolution, it's set to 120, but it's not really doing anything. Now I'll set this down to right. We're getting that
The guild
60
reclaimed the lead.
frames per second experience, which on battery I'd be okay playing like this. This is also at 17 watts. We haven't actually bumped up to 30 watts yet. I could play like this casually, not competitively, but casually I could play like this. Now let's bump it up. So now we get 70 to 80.
Who you are, or how you know things.
So off the back, it's almost the same performance as 900p, but it looks much nicer. At least on my screen, it looks very sharp.
Enemy took the lead. Make them look
And I see myself playing like this.
hostile dog active. Enemy Hellstorm on the way. We got the advantage. Now we have to keep it.
Now let's try 720p.
The guild reclaimed the lead.
So now you're getting almost
Hostile care package above.
100 frames per second playing like this at 30 watts. So it seems like we're GPU bound. Maybe let's turn that on. Okay. So now we're pushing even more. We're going from 100 to 110. Oh, this is very buttery smooth, but now you can see that your temperature is also creeping up to 90 degrees Celsius.
Authorizing care package drop.
So this is how I would play it. If you're connected to a wall and you don't care about anything. Like the question is, can we improve this? 630p, right? What if we go down to 540p and change the dynamic to max?
Skewer incoming.
Not much has changed, but it looks visually worse now. Let's try a different scaler. That's okay. Wait, this kind of looks nicer. It doesn't look as bad. So you took like almost a 10 to 15% frame rate cut, but it looks very nice. Stupid one.
Hostile RCXD incoming.
What if we go to FSR1? This looks terrible. This looks terrible. What FSR3? This is basically slightly better than it looks like the XESS, but the visuals also look worse. Let's try this. Why not? Oh, this looks horrendous. But it's giving good frame rate.
Skewer incoming.
This looks terrible. So the sweet spot, it looks like, is at 900p. Fidelity FX. This at 720p. Yeah, this seems like the best balance of
Hostiles released a skewer.
quality and frame rate. I could play like this all day.
We're down, but not out, Black Ops. Time to get clever.
Thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more games, a couple of the games I have is Helldivers, The Last Caretaker, Enshrouded,